Hello everyone, today my topic is Markdown. I will give my presentation in this structure. First, I will tell what is the definition of Markdown, and then to describe what of the features of Markdown and give some examples of the Markdown work look like. And then if you find it interesting or useful, you may also want to know how to write it. And as a brief, I will sum up the pros and cons of this language and also share some useful link for your exploit. So first, the Markdown is created and developed by John Gruber and Ara Swartz in 2004. And the definition given by the original creator himself is it is a text to HTML conversation tool for web writers, and it allows you to write using an easy to read, easy to write plain text format, and then can convert it to a structurally valid HTML file. So based on this definition, we can see Markdown is two parts. First, it is a text formatting syntax. You can take it similar to you click the buttons of bold or italic in the Word, but using a more coding way instead of click the button. And then after you finish the text, it also is a software to convert your plain text into HTML web page. But it is a more simple and easy learning curve to get used to this Markdown language. And first, give you a first slide to see what Markdown looks like. On the left side, it is the way you are going to type in the Markdown. So you will see the first glance it looks a little bit like coding, but more easy to understand, and you can also find some rules for typing in it. And on the right side, it is the output after you run this coding. So how does it look like for you? I think it's a plain, simple, and very neat way to type in your text. So I will describe the features in this way. It is easy making formatted text by keyboard instead of using the buttons and to click the buttons by mouse, and it can also keep you focused more on writing this article instead of changing always between the keyboard and the mouse. And also it is a simple style. You can see here it is the style of it is quite neat and tidy and simple. And third, it can also Markdown can be supported by a lot of platforms like Reddit, the GitHub, for example, and also many software coding supported like R and Jupyter Notebook and VS Code. For the data science, this is a good way, I think, to put it, combining your codes with Markdown, that your codes to be more readable and more structured. So as based on these features, I think if you really want to consider when you should use Markdown to write your text, maybe these scenarios are recommended. First, if you want to writing a blog or a web page on a tech topic, or you want to post a question or an answer on a forum, because this Markdown thing this also allows you to put inline codes in it when you posting your answers or easy way to demonstrate it. And also some people very appreciate this kind of simple, cool way, a very straightforward way to take notes. So also some kind of notes application supported. And also if you are interested in using it typing your professional article writings, it can also support some mathematic equations typing it, just like LaTeX. So here is some example. First on GitHub. This is a screenshot taken from the GitHub official guidelines for writing. So it mentioned, also recommended by the website to use Markdown to create your posting. And the right side, it is a how it will be look like in Notion if you use Markdown. So it's a very I would say it's very easy for you to focus just on what you type instead of making a lot of colorful things. It's yeah, if you like this style, then you can try to use it on Notion or other note applications like Beer, sorry. And here, this is example. If you want to put your codes more readable and structured, you can also put like these words or writing in by Markdown. And also here to explain what your numbers meaning, explain for your analysis. And this is what it will look like on RStudio. So if you find it's a good way, then maybe let me to show you on detail how to write it technically. Yeah, this is a simple demo for it. Example, if you are using Drupal Notebook, then you can change after you create a new block, for example, then you need to change it here into Markdown, and you can then type in the way of the headers. And instead you can use underlines or hashes for making headers. Like for example, after running it, it will become the first level header and second level with 2 hashes, and yeah, so on and so forth. And then if you want to make some emphasis in your texting, then use underscores or asterisks. To use, if you use 2 asterisks or 2 underlines, it will make in bold. If you want to in italic, then it's only 1. So we can see it's, yeah, the formatting is changing. Also, there were some other functions like lists. You can use asterisk or minus or plus sign if you want to have an unordered list. For the ordered list, just the number and the dot. Then it can change into this. And for making a sublist, just to put in space, and then you don't need to change it into another format, just 1, 2, then it will automatically become the second level sublist. And as the time limited, I may just simply show you where you can find it. You can find it in this website, the Markdown cheat sheet. It will give you more functions that you can write, that you can use in this Markdown. For example, you can also input images and videos into your web page or to your article, and also link. There are two ways, as I'm using also here. You can put your description of the link in this way, is the first way, and the second way is just to put an URL here itself. Yeah. And also tables and some others, you can find this link here, this one. And there's another one with some other formats, but I found it they're also very useful. This one, this is the Github official official guidelines to writing, to guide you to writing on the forum. And if you wonder which platform or software can support Markdown, then you can check in this link. It can show you, and also when you type learn more, it can also show you which kind of function element it supports, or partially supports, or fortunately not support. So before you start the project, you may want to check it. And also here is another tutorial website which give you not only the syntax itself, but also you can just try to practice it online. And here this is the creator blogger, that you can find maybe some updates or people's discussion on this website. So as a sum up, I think Markdown is a very to typing compared with like Java or HTML, and it is the good side of it. But on the other side, some people also complain that Markdown have too simple style and limited functions that not suitable for if you want to have more creative in your text on your structure. And also it's not as I briefly mentioned before, not every software can support each function. Better to check when you need to start a project, to check which apps and you will use, and you probably will use in the future. And I personally also think it's more popular and more suitable for technical topics, and I'm a technical working person. But generally, it is a very good way to. It's very good to learn it, because combining it with code, it will make our data science analysis more in a more structured way. So thank you for your listening. Hope it's useful for you.